Hey guys and gals, let's build the Queer Eye the Fab 5 Loft by LEGO. Set number 10291 contains 974 bricks. So, finally getting around to this one here. And I'm trying to get as many of these sets done before I actually run out of free time. So here we have the cast of this show. I've never seen it before. So I'm going to go off the box here and I'll show you. So we have Tan, Jonathan, Bobby, Coramo, if I'm pronouncing it right, and Tony. So that's pretty much what it is. They're like fashion designers or something like that. Stuff that I absolutely have no clue what's going on. I'm not a fashion designer, so I haven't. My fashion sense is lacking there. So this is pretty much what we're doing today. And before we look at the manual, we got some stickers. Now, I'm not putting stickers on this set. So this is going to be just a build, like a show and tell. I can use a foil sticker. The reason why I'm not putting stickers on this, because this was a set that I purchased, and I got it for like, I think it was 40 or 50% off, because LEGO's retiring this. So I decided just to get the set for parts. Style, taste, class. Well, that's not me. Fabulous 5. This talks about all the characters in here. I'm not going to read through all this. You can read through this on your own time. And yeah, talks a bit about each of the characters. Now, the reason why I got this set is for the parts. Okay, so this is how the build's broken down. So bag 1 does just this stuff here, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to break this set down into possibly 2 installments, maybe 2 or 3 installments, it just depends. So that's what we're doing today. And I have some well, good news and mostly bad news. So I need something. I need to vent my frustrations today. Let me get back to that page. And it's not looking good. Because my schedule now is going to be just busy. Alright, so we're going to put together all this. And then we get this plate here. I don't think we need this one right now. So in this installment, I'm just going to focus on probably bags 1 and 2. Which will probably just be this here and just the base of this. But I'm going to work up to like an hour. Now, well, let's get started on bag 1. Yeah, so let's see here. Oh my goodness gracious. There's a bunch of stuff to read in here. Glad to see they made me rocking a signature Coramo bomber jacket, and good choice for the basketball cap over that unsightly bump in my head. Yeah. Alright, so let's start putting together the figures. It's going to take me about 10 hours. Now, like I said, I don't know anything about this show, so I just bought it merely for the parts. Lots of good pieces. This has a good high part out value. And there's a couple pieces here that I really want. So, and I'm recording on 2 different devices. So now we're going to have to spend some time pulling all the parts out. Now this is one piece that I was after right here, is this pompadour quiff side part wig thing. At one time, it was a pain to get my hair silvery. Lots of bleaching, lots of toner. And how do you get that big bulk in the front? Hair drying product. Oh, we do need this for this part of the bag. So let me get my Sig Fig here. He's pretty sad, still got the fuchsia hair. And then this is kind of what I was shooting for here. So, yeah. Except I had a fade with mine. This is just regular. That's why, that was one of the pieces that I wanted out of this set here. And my friend Dragon had mentioned this set to me. And I looked at it and I thought, I don't know. But then That's like, I can always use the parts out of stuff like this. And that's what I'm doing. So right now I'm pulling all the figures out. My apologies if you really can't see anything. Let me put all the parts. Let me flip this around here. Because I'm working over here, but now you can see what I'm doing. So for the most part though, the torsos in here are pretty cool. So right now I'm pulling all the accessories out. Before we can do all the fun stuff, we got to do all this nonsense first. So, yeah, I got like two weeks left before I have to do my work chores. And in addition, taking care of elderly parents. And that is not fun at all. Oh, he's got two sides. I'll give him the smile here. Well, his head will not come off now. I got it on crooked and it won't come off. I gotta pry it up just enough to twist it around. So you do get some CMFs in here. I consider them CMFs. And yeah, this wig probably looks a little better on him because he is dark skinned. I'm always looking for different flush tones. Yeah, lots of blow drying, lots of product. In about 20 minutes of your time. I got him done. And you know what's sad now? My hair is, well, my hair now, I'm starting to get a bunch of white streaks in it. It's not turning gray, it's actually turning white. That's what my barber told me. Like, man, you're getting white streaks running through this. It's starting to slowly turn. All right, we got ourselves a tank top here. It's not too bad. I can always use those. Boy, that does not want to go down. Like that's, okay, now I got it down there. So, basically today we're just going to go ahead and build and see what this set has to offer. We'll give them all happy faces. Yeah, my dad's got, he's got terminal bone cancer and kind of, it's stage 4, which is something you don't really get to walk away from. And now I'm kind of not only, in addition to doing YouTube and computer programming, but now I'm taking care of parents and stuff and helping my mom out and stuff like that. So I am going to have very little time for Lego. I'll be working, paying the bills, and doing that. So and that's not quite what I wanted to do. I had a bunch of big plans, and I thought, I remember when I was talking about that trip, I thought, I'm planning ahead. I really want to do this trip. Oh, it had to go. I'm looking for a dark head. It looks like Mr. T. Pity the fool. So, but I did manage to get a bunch of tutorials built. I haven't filmed them yet, so I'm taking advantage of all the free time that I have and stuff like that. Oh, that's the bump they were talking about in his head. There we go. Oh, he's not wearing a fitted, he's wearing a snapback. And you got all these accessories here. Now it's asking me to put the sticker on the laptop, which is this right here. Let's see here, what sticker is that? That is number 1. And there it is there. Now, I don't really normally put stickers on laptops, so I'll have to think on that one. Now, when you get these laptop pieces, these do wear out over time. They will fatigue. So what I try to do is I try to warm it up a little bit, and I'll leave it open like that. Okay, just to prevent it from fatiguing out. And that's pretty much about it for the figures. For right now, the other figures will have to wait, so we'll set these off to the side here. There's like 2 bag number 1s, so I don't know which one we're doing here. And yeah, so far just the figures alone look pretty cool. Okay, I want that wig. Yeah. Yeah, it brings back those days when I had that big pompadour. Alright, so now we're gonna build the fun stuff. We want to build, not look at minifigures. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much my bad news, and I know we're all going to have to experience this at least once in our life, but I never thought to see the day this would ever happen to my parents, but it did, so I'm trying to take my mind off of things a little bit here. And Lego pretty much does that for me, so it'll be a good stress reliever. So right now, if I have to stop the video abruptly, now you know why. And 2, I may not be at this location much longer, so I may end up going back home. I cannot pick up these parts. So I think this is supposed to be the barber chair or the salon chair. Could Lego, can't even see that here. Could Lego Us be any cuter? No problem. Oh, this is written in different languages in here. One of them is Spanish, and I can't tell. Oh, that little wig is pure perfection. And much like my real hair, once it's sprayed into place, it doesn't move an inch. Yeah, in addition to using tons of pomade and hairstyling powders, it depends on if you want the wet or dry look. Yeah, the wig has to be in place. What am I saying? I don't even have a wig. Okay. I can't even pick up half these parts here. So there's the chair. That's not too bad. It's a good way to use those little fender pieces too. Just kind of wish these sides were up a little bit higher for the fins or the fender pieces. So this set here has a pretty good assortment of parts and stuff. So that's kind of what I was after here. And stuff like that. Now I gotta find a 2x6 plate. So far we do 3 minifigures for bag 1, a styling chair, and I think this one is some kind of clothes rack or a garment rack to keep it more formal. Yeah, so that was my bad news, and I decided to cancel all trips, and I'll be working closer to home. So yeah, that's anytime I plan a trip, there's always something bad that equally happens. I mean, it's nothing that I can do about it, so it's like, well, I'm overdue. I'm way overdue. I'll just have to wait a bit longer. And yes, guys and gals, especially for the younglings out there who are like 13, 14, want to be 20 or 30, 40, whatever. You want to be an older person. That's the kind of fun you're going to be putting up with. Work and chores, taking care of a family. Well, the family part's usually fun. Well, if you have a wife and kids. But, flip it upside down. I think we're using the hollow studs for the bottom. So let's get into something a little more happier. The reason why I bought this set is because of the profile bricks that are in the back, the wig, lots of building styles, furnishings, you name it, the set has a bunch of it. So we will be using this set here for a bunch of things. So, you know, I had somebody who commented, why would I buy such a set like this? Well, now you know. These pieces are so hard to pick up off the counter. I gotta literally slide them off the edge here. Some people said, put them on a blanket or something like that where they're easy to pick up, like something kind of squishy. I may have to do that eventually here. Because my nails are short. And I'm not those type of guys that has to have the long pointed fingernails just to prove a fashion point. I'm not into fashion like that, but no way. I'm a dude and my nails stay short. Yes, I had the high maintenance hair, but I want the low maintenance nails. Alrighty. Alright, so I've been critiqued about this for many years. I made a closet tutorial one time. And this is pretty much similar to one of my closet builds here. And I'll show you. What's that right there? They left the hands on the torsos. So for you guys and gals who always complained about that and said it looks creepy, well, they do that in the Fab 5 loft too, so something must be strange going on here. Love is love. That's a nice torso. Nice little hoodie. So I'll put that clip in there. Let's do it like that. Yeah. And then you just take that in there and swing it into place. Just like one of my closets. It's a nice little garment rack too. Matter of fact, I was gonna say, but when I had my studio, I didn't have a garment rack. I just had a regular closet. It was like a closet you'd see like in a medium-sized bedroom, a little walk-in closet. My studio had, you know, the main living area, the walk-in closet, and the bathroom. Those were the only rooms that I had. And kind of wish I still had that place, but then again, landlord kept raising up for rent, and this is when I was in college, and I couldn't afford it anymore, and I said, no. Instead, I bought a house. Same house that I'm in now. Okay. Alrighty. Now we're building, it looks like the entertainment cabinet. So that's the garment thing. So bag one looks like we're doing all the little furnishings first. We're not doing anything too massively big. Yeah, I spent a good chunk of my morning helping my parents. I'm like, I need a chance to cool down for a bit. So I'm gonna do some Lego. Can that wait? I'm like, no. I said, I have to be back at work in 2 weeks. And I cannot stop. What? Well, this glass doesn't even fit in this frame here. And this is brittle brown too. I'm afraid to pop that in. It would have broke. Lego, what are you trying to do here? Prematurely wear out all our parts so we'd have to buy more? I don't buy reddish brown anymore, Lego, because you screwed it up. And I'll bluntly say it on here. Like, I can't even get this glass in here. It's like quality control or something. You're really going to have to push that in there. That's two. So my apologies in advance if I get ranty. I have every right to. Matter of fact, this is the first time I got to sit down, and it's been like a week since I had filmed the castle. You may not see this for a while, and today is the 25th of January 2023. And I may break this down into 2 separate days because I'm just so busy anymore. I'm missing another transparent piece that goes in here. I want to build the loft, not the furniture, but got to do that first. Well, did I even use the wrong pieces? Oh no, I didn't. There's the last one there. Yeah, this stuff's a pain in the rump to pick things up. Oh, and I got a story to tell you guys. All right. So, for those who don't know, sometimes I'll get a partnership offer, or somebody would want to work with me. They want to send me free product in return to mention their product on my YouTube channel. And it depends on the products. I normally don't do those type of videos. Okay? Most of the time it's a no unless it's perfect fit with Lego. Well, there was a product that would have been perfect for my Lego. It was a piece of software, but it would help me with making YouTube videos. Okay? And this company had said, hey, we would like to give you our product and have you use it on your YouTube channel for a fee. I kid you not. They want me to pay them to advertise their product. And especially after the bad news that I've had, you know, I just came out and I said I will happily decline this offer. You want me to pay to advertise for you? I said, unless I'm reading that incorrectly, why would I pay you to advertise on my channel? That doesn't make any sense. So absolutely not. Thank you, but no. I kid you not, guys and gals. That was the first time I have ever had that happen. Somebody wanting to send me an offer and I had to pay for it. If I'm paying for it, I'll just do a blunt review on it and that'll be it. I'm not going to waste my time with that. You know, no way. So, yeah, that was a whopper for me today. I have to pay to do that. And looks like sticker number 12 goes here, and that's this. That wouldn't be a bad sticker to put on this piece here. Now, I'm going to hang on to these stickers. So, I'm just going to have the TV turned off. In fact, that's not a bad idea to hold that TV up, huh? Pretty simple. I've used the windows a few times for television sets. But in the book, though, it does give it more life with it turned on. But no, I mean, I could not believe it, guys and gals. I kid you not. I got an offer that I have to pay for. And I know it makes it sound like I'm cheap. But I heard that, or I read that, and I thought, wait a minute. I read it like 4 times. I'm like, you want me to pay to use your software and then advertise for you? Matter of fact, I said no, but I'll charge you advertising fees, which is, well, I'm not going to kid you, several $1,000s. I'm not going to do it for free. And when I get those, I mean, usually I get offers. Like sometimes I'll get an offer for men's grooming and care products, like men's cover-up and makeup and stuff. I'll get those offers from time to time. Now, I'm not by any means a fashion guy. Maybe I'll get a couple lessons from this set here, from the Fab 5 here. But I could not believe that one offer. Like, I'll get stuff that's not even related to my channel, but at least it's something. And you get several of these tiles that are printed right here, rug pieces. I'm after these. But yeah, I can picture these being used like in a bank or something. But no, guys and gals, I kid you not. I could not believe that at all. I mean, I could not believe that somebody had... I mean, this person who messaged me and said, we want you to review our product for a fee. Unless they're meaning that they're going to pay me. Ooh, a 2x6 red flat tile. I can use that. But I read that and I thought, oh no. Very seldomly I'll ever chew anybody out for offers. I may have gotten their offer a long time ago, but that was the first time I have ever been offered something that I actually going to have to pay for. Lego sends me stuff for free for review. You want me to pay for that? And it's not even related to my channel. Yes, it helped me with YouTube videos, but no. Abso-flippin-lutely not. Now, if I was using their product in my videos, yes, I would be required to mention the product. And boy, that looks really good. But yeah. That's my rant for the day. But you know, sometimes I'll get some pretty weird offers coming in there, and that was one of the ones that took the cake. Well, I like that rug piece. This looks really nice. something you'd see like in an old Victorian or something like that. Matter of fact, these guys are into fashion, but they have modern furniture in this place, which I'm more into old school retro stuff from pre and post World War II. So, yeah, those are metallic silver studs. And let's see here, what do they have to say about the rug here? To be a part of the imagination of folks creating a better world is lovely. I hope folks can spark their imagination with this collaboration. All right, so talking probably about the rug. Now, as far as for this set being a multiple person build, I don't see it happening. Lego needs to focus on that a bit more. That kind of thing. So I really hope they do that more. And it looks like now we're building the sofa. Now, this set does have a lot of stickers that I'm not putting on, but there is some pieces in here that I really want to use. Okay. Looking for a 1x or a 2x2 plate, and you got to get a corner one. So this is some kind of modern sofa, which I've seen these a few times in real life, but not my cup of tea. Okay. Yes, there's some guys out there who frown upon these sets because of what they represent. First, I don't judge people. I have friends who are in the LGBTQ community. It's just how it is. And, you know, that's the thing. I don't judge anybody. So. And, matter of fact, we all just got along, would be pretty good in life, but, you know. Matter of fact, not too far from me, there was a nasty mass shooting. Why? I don't know. You got me. If everybody just picked up a hobby like this, they don't have to worry about being angry all the time. I'm trying not to go into all the depressing stuff today, but I saw it on the news and I'm just like, man, if these guys would just pick up a hobby, they would never have to worry about all this. And just kind of chill out. Say, I'm in a bad mood. Like today, I'm in kind of a not so pleasant mood. And my goodness, there's so many stickers on this right here. Well, we're not putting those on, I'll tell you that much. But no, yeah, if we all just got along, we wouldn't have to worry about it. So these must be like throw pillows for the couch. And I need these, and I'm not putting stickers on them. Sorry, Fab 5 Loft, you're not going to be cheapened out with stickers. You're going to have your, you know, your loft is going to be pretty stripped down until we part it out for something better. But I'm looking at furniture like this could be used for a mock. This could be used. All this stuff is extra stuff that we can just use. So when you're building this set, have an open mind. Like I can take these pieces and directly drop them in. So when I do the review on it, I will. And you know, if this set was, Lego didn't give this to me. I bought it for my own personal use. I will still do a review on it and mention that too. This is one of those kind of sofas with the little lounge on the side. And then the sofa goes on the studs here. And I think we need to put studs in the back here. And I almost skipped that step too. Yeah, so my schedule right now is packed. I mean, here it is January. I'm not even finished with the first month yet, let alone the first quarter. That, and I already have some issues that I have to deal with at work. when I get back. So I'm not going to have a very fun 2023. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. And so Lego, I have, trust me, I've already got a bunch of stuff that I want to build. So we did part of the living room here. Looks like we're building ourselves an end table. Doesn't matter which way those frames go. Okay, they want the thick side on the outside. And looks like this just sits straight down right here. Now it's okay if your furniture is a bit crooked. The reason being is because you don't ever walk into a house and everything's perfectly symmetrical. So does it really matter? Not really. Okay. This is the shoe polishing thing. I don't know what that is. And that sits right... Oh, it hangs over a little bit too. Right there. Okay. Yeah, this is a little too modern for me. Okay, this is not a bad idea to make a little lamp here, like a desk lamp. That's not too bad at all. That's something you'd use for like a... Maybe for a drafting table, but not for an end table lamp or a bedside lamp. Let me just take that off. Put it on there like that. Wait a minute, I put it in the wrong spot. So this furniture in here, guys and gals, is just tacked in. So it's not really fixed except for the couch. All right, so I don't know what this is here. Well, maybe the next building part will tell us. Yeah, so pretty much now, you know, I hate when I make plans because I always have the good ideas. One of the things I was going to do was do a surfing trip this year, kind of get my mind off of works-related stuff, stress-related stuff, you know. And whatever I do, I'm more stuck indoors than I'm outdoors, and I'm kind of getting cooped up. Everybody remembers when the pandemic hit and we're all cooped up inside. You had to wear the mask, all that stuff. Now it's the same thing except more local with me. Alrighty. And then this is a seat. It looks pretty comfortable too. It's like one of those modern office chairs. It just snaps in here. Alright, I don't think it really matters. I think you just have to drop it down like that, and there you go. Not too bad, huh? That's pretty cool. And we're not done with the living room yet. So it looks like bag one is just merely just accessory stuff. Just merely accessories. As far as for blocking people, I'm getting somebody who's been... They will post quotes, and in their username, they're mentioning the name of their business or whatever. And now people are getting pretty clever over that. So now I'm starting to ban on screen names. So if you have a very inappropriate screen name or something just seems not right about it, I'll probably just block you. And my apologies if I block somebody over that, but I can't... I can't allow it. And that table just sits there. It's not a bad idea to make a glass coffee table, huh? It just sits there. I thought it would be anchored down, but no. And then they want me to put some stickers on some tiles for this book here, which I am not going to do. We'll take a look at the sticker, though, but we got a... Horamo, he's got a quote here I got to look at here real quick here. So the book just sits on top of here, and it needs sticker number 4. It's supposed to go on this tile here. Now, let's take a look what sticker number 4 is. Try not to lose the stickers in here. And sticker number 4 is basically that right there. So it's just a bunch of notes. Well, we'll pretend like he didn't write anything in that book here. Yeah. Seeing this set is bringing back so many happy memories. It's like have been shrunk down into a miniature scale, and I can relive the show all over again. Now, you're one of those guys that likes to go to work. Maybe I should give him my job. And I got one extra leaf piece. Let me make sure here. So maybe I missed a piece or something. This is dark, so I think it goes on the TV set here. Let me check again. And yeah, so I'm just kind of fitting. Okay, we do have to put 2 leaf pieces on in here. I skipped that. I'm just going to slightly twist these around. There you go. Kind of obstructs the view. We got plenty of studs, round tiles. We have too many of these hollow studs. Let me go back through this real quick. That's why I don't really like to build nothing but accessories first. I put them all on the chair there. And yes, it is like in the 80s today. I kid you not. Everybody else is complaining about cold weather. Not where I'm at. There's a YouTuber I watch. He always complains it snows in New York, and it's cold, cloudy, raining. Oh, you should be where I'm at. You would be going, it's hot, sunny, and miserable. You can't get a break from it. I kid you not. And that's what we have for bag 1. That's not too bad. Okay, now we're going to be moving on to bag 2. Let's move all the accessories. So the bag 1 is just loose stuff. So you're going to have to keep track of that. We haven't used the teal brick separator yet. And so far, except for the stickers though, this is a very fun build. This is a very relaxing build. After the trauma that I've been through, yes, I had to use a bigger container. Now, it's a very relaxing set so far. So far, happy. I will have to ding probably a point or 2 for stickers. Other than that, though, everything's easy to follow. Okay, so now we're moving on to, what did I close the book for? That wasn't cool. The Fab 5 loft. So it looks like bag number 2 builds the loft floor. Okay, so let's get started on the loft floor here, and I got to do some checking up here real quick and all that stuff. Does that even go in the middle? Yes, it does. Sometimes the arrows in the book don't really make any sense, so you have to kind of interpret things here. Yeah, I was really hoping to get into some more custom stuff. Now, well, hold on here. Am I messing up? Yes, I am. I have a couple of tutorials for part of MOCs that I'm going to be building in the future. So if I can't get to something large, my apologies. You know, I know there's a lot of people who come and sub to my main channel strictly for the large MOCs and stuff like that. And, you know, life does give you unexpected turns. And there's some things that are just out of my control. And somebody drops out of Patreon because of that, that's on them. I haven't had it yet, but I've had it. I was reading through some of my old stuff in the past, and I thought, well, they're going to be in a rude awakening. I'm still behind one manual. I haven't finished the Michael Myers house yet. I'm hoping to have that done at least by August. I'm not even going to make promises when that's going to be done anymore. Right now, I'm trying to get done with a lot of the smaller builds first. Building guides, just to have content. Guys, I have plenty of content. It's getting the time to film this stuff and get it prepared and stuff like that. So I just don't have the free time anymore, you know. Sometimes I just need to You know that old saying, especially you heard your parents probably say this, you know, mommy and daddy need me time. They need some me time, and that's exactly what I need. Me time. I don't even know what that is anymore. I have a friend says, why don't you just take off of work and just say, screw it. I'm like, I can't. I just can't bail on obligations. You know, and two, I like having a steak on the table. Yeah. Last couple of days I've been eating fast food and I'm tired of that. I can't eat any more burgers and chicken strips. I need to make a home-cooked meal because when I start my daily work, I'm going to be, that will pretty much be what I'll have. I'll have the Bachelor Special. Fast food or Bachelor Special? What's the Bachelor Special, Jay? That's usually a frozen dinner. That's usually what I have. like a frozen chicken dinner or a turkey dinner. That's the Bachelor Special there. Alright. I'm going to stick 2 black pieces in here. And those are 3x3s too. Okay. And we need to get this here. Like that. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is do bags 1 and 2 in this installment, and then do 3, 4, and 5 in the second. I think bags 3 and 4 are pretty small, and 5 has just got, you know, big pieces and stuff. There's mostly big pieces in this set, as you can see here. I think this set's pretty equally balanced, though, in that sense of parts. But I think it's mostly got bigger stuff. And this is obviously the furniture you can drop in a mock, but I'm going to tell you right now, the loft is incomplete. You know. So I think this is meant as not only as a display piece. This is absolutely just in. Oh, this goes here. Well, yeah, that I can't even get that out of there. It was reddish brown too. I was scared for my life that was going to disintegrate. All right, and then there's a piece that goes there. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm kind of clouded today. And no, I don't smoke that stuff. Although after today, I don't know. So I'm going to try to mush all this down here. And then, so far the frame feels pretty robust, which is cool. And let me go back. So that tile, first off, this plate just seems kind of stiff to put in. And I thought, well, wouldn't that just be offset in there? No, what goes in there? 2 flat tiles. But what sits in this area? Maybe that rug piece, from what I saw in the box. Yeah, you'll be muscling a lot of big plates in here. So, kind of want to see this set built, just to see what kind of ideas I can probably snag. And there's a few pieces in here that are really going to be useful for making future modern homes, or maybe older homes too. It depends on how you look at it. And I'm sorry for you guys who want me to build a really modern, white, boring homes. I'm not into building white, boring homes. So, I always get that request though. Jay, can you build a modern house that's white? I'm like, no. I like building stuff from probably the old school all the way up to probably about the 70s or 80s. I did a 90s style house, which was the family suburban home. The tan one with the brown trim. Well, of course, the 1960s house was the same color too. Okay. Some of these plates you're really going to have to mush down in there. I might be able to move on to bag 3 on here. I've already spent about 35-40 minutes filming that 1x1 goes there. 35-40 minutes just doing bag 1, so we'll see how far bag 2 goes. I try to do about at least an hour, and then we'll start there, and then we'll just kind of, you know. Okay, so here's something that's kind of weird. This set does come with a couple of these big giant cogs, and I'm not sure what they're used for. I think it's probably for the styling chair. I don't know yet. We'll see here. So we're going to start building things up here. Ooh, brittle brown tiles. Ooh, that's probably... I'm surprised I didn't just completely just disintegrated. Okay. Let's see how far we've been recording so far. 8 minutes, so that would give me about 45. Okay. This goes here. Boy, these gears are hard to pick up. And that goes like that. There's a tile that goes on top of that, so don't forget that. And that's supposed to do this. You're supposed to probably stick your finger behind there and just kind of thumb it in place. And don't forget these down here. So now, even if this is a theme that I'm not really too much interested in, I bought this merely for the parts. One of the things that I always encourage people to do when you buy a set is to build it anyways. Even if you're buying it just for its pieces, build it. Sometimes you'll find a building idea or strategy that you could use for your own stuff that you can adapt. Like a lot of these accessories that we built in bag 1 could be used for some latter builds, you know. Okay, and there's a plate that goes here. I still remember when I bought that Everyone is Awesome set and people were completely just roasting me on that one. I'm like, guys, I bought it for the colorful minifigures and the bricks with bow. I still built it though. Matter of fact, I think it was that video was the most I've ever blocked anybody on too. Jay, where do you get all these cool parts from? Well, that's for you to figure out. That's when I tell them, hey, you know, you're gonna have to figure that out where I get those cool parts from. You guys and gals here, if you're watching these, this is where I get them from. You know, I mean, it's obvious, it's trivial. And I'm missing a 1x4 gray plate. Okay, well, first off, we got a bunch of big plates. All right, and we got plates over here. That's where it went. Yeah, I still would like to get that castle set fully edited and stuff before I go back to work. It's done. I've already got the review filmed. I've got parts. I'm working on 6 right now. I don't know when that's going to be posted. Obviously, you'll probably see 6 before this. But I want to, you know, kind of share with you how behind I am. And oh, wait a minute, this thing keeps going. So I think that rug piece just sits here. Looks like it would fit right in there. Let me try it and see. I'll bet you that's where that's supposed to go, and I think the kitchen's supposed to go here. So I think that's exactly what they're going for. All right, we got another little excerpt here from Jonathan. My God on Queer Eye is a legacy of connection and understanding, not only with those around us, but also understanding and accepting ourselves too. I don't know what that means. I didn't know. Does it have anything to do with the build? Maybe they're referring to this thing here that fits in there. I don't know. Anybody's ever watched the show, let me know what some of this stuff is or means. I don't know. I think it's a reality show. I'm not really into reality television. In fact, I don't even own a modern television, so how can I watch it anyways, except on the computer? I'm not a... Whoa. Oh, I bumped the camera. I got to do my disclaimers now. Okay, guys and gals, I have the study shot turned off, so you may experience some seasickness or sea motion or whatever. So please consult with a physician before continuing on watching my videos. Also, my videos are completely, like the thoughts and stuff are completely of my own. I may end up slipping up and saying a bad word or something like that. So please, just bear with me and refrain from negative, hateful, disturbing comments or suggestions, as I do intend to block people or something like that for that. So just be careful. But most of the thing is, though, I'm an amateur filmer. I don't do this professionally. So I'm not a Fab 5 guy. I'm not into fashion or professionalism. This is pretty crude. Crude. That's a 2x4. I'm glad now I didn't commit and press that down. But at least the set does come with a brick separator, and that's always a good thing. Because I can just see messing up on this set pretty bad. And we do that, and we stack more plates on plates. Oh, that's going to be brutal to take this apart for pieces. I got a bunch of plates. Just tons of plates, that kind of thing. So, yeah. Tons and tons of plates. When I was unbagging this, the parts are pretty interesting, but I was going, oh, looks like a Star Wars set. Just the way it looks. It's like all the gray stuff in here. I thought, are we doing Star Wars all of a sudden? Alrighty. Okay. Next thing is a turntable that goes there. So what would go in that area? Maybe a bar stool or something? I don't even know where this part goes, to be honest. Oh, I'm putting that in backwards. That's why it wasn't fitting in there. All right. And then this goes off to the side here. But that doesn't sit quite right, but I'm making sure. There we go. So far, the layout on this is pretty uneven in here. Here's another one from Camaro. Lego has been really special to me and my family. Not only Lego has kept my boys entertained for hours, it's also been great activity for me to connect and bond with them over even more. Well, you're one lucky dude. I wish I could bond with my kids. My luck, if I had children, they would not be interested in Lego. I have a nephew who's just not into this. So I don't have anybody, girlfriend's not interested in Lego. I'm probably the only one that's interested in it. Matter of fact, I can't even start a lug out here without getting anybody interested, but yeah. Although I've been told, though, I'd be a pretty cool dad if I had children. Basically just doing all this stuff here. All right, so this goes here. And yes, after experience the personal stuff with my dad, guys and gals, you see your dad, give him a big hug and tell him you love him. Because you never know when you'll see them last. Just from experience. At least Lego is a stress reliever for this. It's a beauty about Lego. I was trying to get my dad into this, though, and he had no interest in Lego whatsoever. I was trying to get him into the hobby, so him and I would actually have something in common. My dad and I never really had anything in common. Maybe the camping stuff, but that was it. He mainly wanted me to do, like the football and stuff, and I just wasn't interested in those types of sports. Okay. Get that work down in there. And, yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of plate work now, so your hands will get a workout. And I think this will be done with bag 2. And, I don't know, I may shoot for bag 3. We'll see here. And that is it. And we only have one piece remaining for... Well, we have a few of them here. Not too bad. For bag 2. Let's see. What does bag 2 have to offer? Okay, it's the kitchen. So bag 3 does the kitchen back here. And I've already been recording now for 17 minutes. I did that 38. We haven't even reached an hour yet. So that's what we'll do next. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do bag 3. And looks like we're doing the back portion of the kitchen. That looks pretty interesting. So that looks like that's got a lot of detail there. And we got a thing here from and Tony. Loving that little nickel chef. Loving that little nickel shaft. And of course, Lego accessories. It had to be a tiny chopping board with avocados. So it must be an avocado lover. I hate avocados. Well, first thing we're going to do is open this up, and we're going to go ahead and we are going to hurry up and get done with this one real quick, and that's a lot of parts in there. And my apologies you can't see it. I may change the angle over time here because we're going to be working on the back of that big thing. So let's do the minifigure first and get this one out of the way. If you're looking for flush tone minifigure parts, this set's got you covered. This guy's got some shorts here too, with some sneakers. And I got that backwards. I don't want somebody to get a little upset over that one. And let's get the happy face in here. Stuff I've been through, I don't want to see any depressing stuff. Does he have one of those cool wigs? Like a brush back? Yeah, not too bad. Yes, I've had my hair like that before, if anybody wants to know. And that's it. That's pretty much how fast he is. Okay, so now we're going to be focusing on the kitchen. And I think, and at least the book tells us exactly where we're going to be focusing at. So we're going to be focusing back here. And I think what I'm going to do... Warning, you may get seasick, so bear with me here. And let me refocus in here. And I always keep the steady shot off. Resolution's a bit better and everything else. Now I notice this camera though doesn't do very well without, if you're zoomed out of things, like if I'm doing, like when I was doing the castle, the quality was just kind of subpar for me. I left it like that because it's a review and I'm not a review person, but I think when I do the bigger sets, I'm going to start filming in the 4K because my big professional camera does that. And I'm just going to focus on that first. So, well, just like with any Lego set, we're going to do all the little pieces first. I thought maybe we were going to build a wall or something here. And you get about 86 of these white profile bricks. So you will get a bunch. Oh, and speaking of that, guys and gals, I'm getting more set offers. So great, I got more stress relievers coming in. It depends on the set, though. If it's pretty nasty, and this one here is going to be fun. I'm talking about nasty, like, oh, these are going to be boring. We got another thing here from Bobby. As a child, Lego ignited the creativity flame inside me and made me feel like the possibilities of life were just as endless as the things I was able to build. Yes, exactly. Endless. And even today as an adult, and I kid you not, guys and gals, building stuff even as an adult is very relaxing. Now I need to find one 1x2 regular brick. I hope it's not going to take too long. Actually, that was pretty quick. Okay, we got to start in that corner over there. I'm going to start over here first because it's the most complicated one. Yes, but if you're getting into Lego, though, this is the one thing that you're going to need to really think is the creativity. Actually, you don't even have to think. It'll just come naturally to you. If you're a mock builder, you won't have to think. You can see it, and you can build it right from your mind. Sometimes your mind gets stuck a little bit, but you can just see it from your mind and go, I want to build that. And then you can build it. And the thing about Lego is no one's going to stop you from doing so. You can just start building and having fun. Okay. And we're going to keep going here. So once we consume all the big pieces, I don't think this is going to be too bad. That goes like that, I believe. No, it does not. So what am I doing wrong here? And I slept pretty good. Matter of fact, I slept 9 hours last night, which is unheard of for me. I was tired, had to sleep. All the stressful stuff going on. And it's actually in the afternoon. It's like 2:30. So I sound like I haven't even slept, but I slept good. Yeah, so far I say the castle set has been by far my favorite that I have built so far. That LEGO has sent to me. This one I sent to myself. I ordered this one, just to let that be known. And yeah. Okay. Well, that wasn't too hard to find. I found that black corner piece, and we got a bunch of profile bricks. So my friend Dragon mentioned this set and goes, you may want to get this, Jay. This has got a lot of those profile bricks. So he bought a copy of it. He got his a little cheaper because they had it at the LEGO store and they were just trying to unload them. I got mine, I think it was like $55, $60 through online LEGO because I don't have a store in my area. Trust me, if I had a store in my area, I would have bought 2 of these sets. And that would have been my part haul for the quarter. You know. But yeah, it's got a lot of good pieces though. Lots of building bricks. See, I'm looking for building bricks. And this is the type of set that I'm after. And this one's got a lot of good interior inspiration too. Well, these guys are fashion designers. So obviously we're going to get a little fashion education from these gentlemen here. I think there's one gal in here. I can't remember. Yep, so you're building with bricks, 1x2 bricks, but you are building with actual bricks. None of that micro build stuff. It's all bricks. Bricks to be exact. In fact, when I get done with this, I got to put together a hospital bed. So it's like an erector set. It's like a LEGO set, but I got to make sure it's done right. That's something else I got to do, and then take it to my parents. I love putting stuff together, especially stuff like this and things that you can move and use and stuff like that. I kind of want to put together a car engine to see if I can actually do it, and my car experience, my mechanical experience is pretty much lacking, so it'd be a good learning curve for me. And yeah, just imagine walking the beach right now. Sand between the toes. Well, actually I wear booties when I go out there. That water is like 50, 55 degrees. And I don't fancy the cold water too much. But, yeah. Actually, just taking a jog on the beach is enough for me. And just the sand between the toes. Hope nothing you step on will pinch you or poke you or anything like that. Just fun. In fact, one of my buddies was like, when was the last time you ever had fun? And I said, I don't even know. All right. The next one is a sub-step here. It looks like a kitchen sink. And I'm going to try to build it here in this corner. There's not a whole lot of places to move right now, so one of the things that I would like to do is, is get back into my own building stuff here eventually. Like, I got a bunch of rough drafts I'd like to... These are mocks, they're not tutorials, so they're big things. So I want to get into building my mocks and stuff. Matter of fact, I need to I need to really get on the ball and start tearing apart these sets that I've been getting, either what Lego has sent me or stuff that I've been purchasing, or hauls or old mocks. I got to take things apart and start separating a lot of the stuff here, and just to kind of put everything back in the collection and take inventory. I'm really kind of stepping my game up on inventory. Okay, they must use these for cupboards, like textured cupboard doors. That's what I'm gathering there. You know. Now, here's something you don't really ever see, is a black cupboard, but black drawers to go in that cupboard. Not a color that I would ever buy, but oh, I got to show you a part here when I get to it. But I'm always after different colors of pots, or drawers, pots, pans, stuff like that for kitchen, for interior. These are great little interior blocks here. That's just too much black, to be honest. Jay, you got to build modern. Yeah, well, this is why I don't. All right. Put the meat cleaver in the bottom drawer. And then we got a little mixing thing. We've got to put that in the top here. A little egg beater. This right here. It's pretty cool. Stick that in there. And then we start building the kitchen sink. They must use a jumper plate for the drain. I never thought about doing that. Lego's going all detail on this one here. And boy, I'm getting pieces stuffed under there. Looking for a 1x2 jumper plate in white. Now, do I have to get the bin out and start sorting? I may have to. I could put this all in one big mass video, but I think I'm just going to split it. Even if the next video is only like 30 minutes, I just don't want to, you know, well, I got to go find a container real quick and start pulling out all the white pieces. I think that's probably the only jumper plate we have in here. Okay, here's the other part to the sink. So now I got to find that. And especially when it's on a white table, it's just as hard. All right, found it. Yeah, so my future Lego room will be put on hold for a bit. I was hoping to really get into that one. I started moving some stuff in there. Mostly stuff I'm not using in here right now. All right. So indeed, this is just these containers just used for cupboard doors, modern cupboard doors. That's what they use them for. And they got a bunch of tiles with jumper plates. So I'm taking it the jumper plates are going to be used to fix all the accessories to the counter. And when I was building stuff when I was younger and stuff, I would just smooth tile everything off. And it looks good for the most part. Big mistake that I made. Because a lot of the stuff that I did when I was a lot younger, because I was always into finishing things off, but what was the one thing you can't do with tiles? You can't attach parts to them. So now I try to leave a part here and there, tile like floors. I've always used to have Lego builders say, it looks good, but you can't attach your figures to the floors. And I kind of see what they mean by that, so I try to do more of that there. You know, to try to get everything going in here. And now we got to build a hand sanitizer soap water bottle. Looks like it's more for maybe hand soap or maybe lotion or something. And I'm looking for those clip frames. There we go. So yeah, I mean, so far I'm happy with this build. It's really cool. Really cool. And then that's it. This goes in the back here. So I got to move everything over to get to it. This goes back here next to the jumper plates, and it's facing the wrong way. How silly of me, huh? Just set that right down, and it just snaps in there. So I think this just comes out easily. Well, I can't get it up now, so let's it's fixed. We're not moving that now. And looks like we're building a fridge. Now, Lego has came out with a proper piece now to make refrigerators, so this is kind of a primitive idea. And it's asked me to put a sticker on that on the side, probably for milk or something. Nope, ain't going to happen. In fact, I don't even know what I did with the sticker sheets. It's one of these right here. Well, this is going to be a parts donor when I'm done, so we're not going to do that at all. Jay, don't rip that apart, please. It's a beautiful set. Yes, it's really cool, but I got it for the bricks. I need those profile bricks. Matter of fact, just building this so far, there's a lot of these pieces I could use. When I was doing the brick exploration, I'm like, man, there's more pieces than I thought I would ever use in here. Okay, I need a transparent orange stud and whoa, where are you going? I need a flat tile here. And we got to do more. So they're using these little pieces here for items, and I think we're going to attach a side to this. But the new ones now have the shelves and stuff, and we can just throw things in there. That was probably one of the pieces that had been missing from Lego for quite some time, is a refrigerator. Now, when I was a little boy, they used to have a 2x3x4 cupboard, and there was a door that would go on it you can take out and stuff like that. Didn't have shelves or anything with it, but you could fit up to 4 drawers in this cupboard too, for like a little chest of drawers. And sadly, they don't make them. They're the same type of cupboards as this back here, just taller. And I kind of wish Lego still made them. Now you can find them, but I think the cupboards only come in yellow and white. So there's not a whole lot, and the doors are just red, I believe. And I only had one of those, and sadly that got tossed out. And that's a sore subject with me, but I was like, that's a pretty cool door if you can get a hold of one of those cupboards. Hoping one day Lego brings them back out. So there's the fridge. Not a bad idea to make a fridge like this, but that's probably why we have a spot there for it. Okay. And then we got to stack 2 studs on top of one another. And those go right in the center. And then we take 2 of these, and you got to put a sticker on one of them. Well, you know how I feel about that. And as a matter of fact, I gotta go defrost something for dinner tonight. I'll probably get done with this. I think tonight I'm gonna have roast or something, I don't know. Where's the little door that goes to this? I know I dumped everything back out of that bin. Okay, where's the container at? Because I don't want to spend all day trying to find something here. Yeah, so when you're doing this, keep a container on hand because you may have to sort out. See, now I found it. Had to do the probability of elimination there. And after we're done with that, stick the tiles on the top. I built these before for my fifth wheels and stuff. And the side of this, we just take 3 2x3 flat tiles. Now, when I used to build my fridges, that was the thing. But, except for this missing corner here, this doesn't look half bad. I wish there was a way to fill that in, though. But it's still a nice attempt. It's a good little refrigerator, and that just sits right in this hole right here on those jumper plates. Okay. Okay. We got something here from Antony. Let's see here. Building with Lego is the same way, very much like cooking a meal, of course, you can follow the recipe to make the perfect tried and tested end result, or you can get all the experimental and come up with your own creations. You could, unless you're making something that's not so yummy and people kind of visiting the bathroom a bit too much. Okay, so now it looks like we're building ourselves a shelving unit to go here. Okay, so yeah, so far since building this set, I am 100% satisfied with this build. So if you get this set or you manage to find it before it's retired, you're not going to be hornswoggled or anything. You're actually going to get a good build. So find it and build it. Okay. And because you will not be disappointed. So far, I'm not disappointed. It's not something I normally would buy because I don't buy a whole lot of sets. But so far, just... And the thing, though, I want to mention, though, is like the little excerpts of the book. You know, like the little text in the corners. A little bit of info about the characters or what they were thinking. Or stuff like that. I want to see more of that, LEGO. So if you're watching this, please, more of that. I'd like that. Maybe to help me get over my reading out loud anxieties. And that goes there. So far, this kitchen's got too much. It's got too many shades. I need something with more color than this. I need more colors. I need more color. But the white profile bricks are something I really need. Why? Well, you'll see in a future video or two. I mean, you need painted brick in some places. Okay, so we got that done. And then we continue back on with more stuff to build at the top here. So we're going to get back up here. I don't know what goes up here. We got an anchor that's, 1x2 brick with 2 studs go right there. They could at least made a couple of these in 1x4 variants. Because as you can see, everything's kind of loose and wiggly. And LEGO, you got to make that 1x1 brick into a profile brick too. It'd be really nice to do that. In fact, after this, I'm going to have to put together that bed, make it dinner, and then, yeah. Hear a mourning dove out there just cooing away. Okay, we got another excerpt from Bobby here. On Queer Eye, we've all about fresh... Let me get my light over here. Clouds going by. Fresh starts, rebuilding and making the best of what we got. What better way there is to celebrate that than LEGO? Okay. Like I said, I don't read out loud very well. I can read it quietly and understand it. Just reading out loud, because what happens is that I'll start reading ahead too far advance and I'll actually skip words. And people think you don't know how to read when you can't read out loud. It's like some people can talk with a small group of people, but when it comes to public speaking, they freeze up. Doesn't mean they don't know how to talk or speak, that's just they don't. Some people just don't do well with that, and that's quite all right. We're all different. That's what makes world fun. That's what makes life fun. We're all different. We're not all the same. It'd be boring. Although there's some people out there that want you to be just like them. I want to be me. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, that's not too bad. Looks like this step 62 is all accessory stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is start making jars and stuff like that. We're almost done here too. Now I'm kind of getting tired. I'm getting a little hungry. I hadn't even had lunch yet, so I'm going to start focusing on that. Now we were putting all these cupboards in here. Why didn't we just put all this stuff on here beforehand? I don't get that. Would have been a lot better. Sometimes I don't understand what Lego's thinking. Yeah, so you get some little teacups too. This is like a studio apartment. All the clutter all over the counters. These guys don't know how to clean up after themselves. Seeing the cup on the counter is already making me kind of squirmy already. I'm a pretty cluttered person, but I'll tell you one thing though. When I have dishes, they go right in the sink, pre-rinse, and in the dishwasher. Because I don't want to have to pick it up later on. I remember when I had roommates, I had to do that stuff. I'm like, pick this stuff up. I'll get to it. I'm like, no, you'll get to it now. Because I'm the one that has to be stuck cleaning it up. That's when I said that when the last roommate moved out, I was like, oh, no more roommates. I'm done. At least it gives the house more noise and stuff, but. All right, so we did these things up here, the accessories down here. So there's lots of clutter. Now, I get questions from time to time. Why do my builds look so good? What makes my builds a little different? Clutter. The stuff on these shelves is clutter. This picture that's supposed to say yes, I will get the thing here. That's supposed to have a sticker on it. That's clutter. Yes, queen. Yeah, I didn't know there was a queen in here. So, put the tiles on top. I think there'd have been a way to lock that corner in better there. Maybe it's to lock all those profile bricks in. Okay, looks like we're building ourselves some kind of an espresso machine. Okay, so now I got to start with the small pieces first. I got to find a 1x2 plate. And then we're going to have to start piecing this together here. Matter of fact, I got to buy a new pump for my water fountain. I'm doing the yearly cleaning, and I usually put chlorine and stuff in there. And sadly, years of, chlorine and stuff like that breaks down the plastics and stuff, and this housing on this pump just disintegrated. I'm like, well, I'm glad I found that out too. That's the top of the espresso machine. They want a sticker on that. And I was like, well, I'm going to have to order a new one. That's another expense that I got to deal with. So I have to get off my rump and order. I got to order parts and stuff too. And there you go. And there's supposed to be a sticker here. So this goes right here. So yes, guys and gals, you ever want to get into building your own interiors? Clutter. Look around your own house. You see lots of clutter. Clutter, clutter, clutter. And they want sticker 13. There's 13 right there with the little gauge. Right above my finger. Okay, so now we're building, I believe, the center island that goes in here. So let's get started. Now this has got some other interesting pieces that I need, and I'll show you those in a bit. Some of you probably already can see them, but I'll show them to you. These are pieces that I could use. Now, first thing is they want me to put a sticker on here for the front of the oven, and that is that. If that was printed, perfect. It's not printed, so I'm not going to put it on there. And so you know what, maybe I am a designer. I design my own builds. But these guys are fashion designers, so they'll probably come up to me one day and say, Jay, you're going to have to do an overhaul on yourself. Like, you're going to have to clean yourself up. This doesn't go with that. Man, they probably have a field day with me because they can see that. It's just like with me with Lego sets or Lego MOCs. I can just see it with my mind. I can see how it goes. Like this, kitchen's higher than the living room, so they obviously got to step up there. My studio wasn't that cool, but yeah, the designers who built this probably see things a little differently than I saw. Now, these are printed. They look like little speakers, but guess what? A modern cooktop. Trying to get them to where you can see them a bit better. Now let's put them on here and I'll show you. So they put the big burners closer to this side here. This is one of the pieces that I'm hoping I can order some more of. So here's the back side here. You can use them as speakers or you can use them as cooktops. Like, I don't know if it was called a convection cooktop or something like that, but I've seen those. They're pretty cool. They're easy to wipe up when you're done. I'd like to get me one of those one day in my house. Well, I don't know if I'll be living here much longer, but if I have to go back home. But those are easy to clean up. I had a friend that had one, you know, it was easy for her to clean up and stuff. She would just go in there and wipe it up when she was done. When it cooled down, wiped it off, be done with it. I'm like, oh. The only thing bad about these, you can't stick the studs on there. You can't fix stuff to those. That's probably the only downside. So yes, you know what I'll be using for one of my newer homes? Oh yeah. Of course, when I do the tutorial build, we won't be able to do that. We got a nice wall of text here to read. It's the perfect pairing. Lego sets come together like a beautiful recipe. From these simple bricks, you can create works of art that tell a story. And that feeling of... Oh, so it said J. That feeling of joy that comes with sharing something that you built or cooked or created, something like we have celebrated in Queer Eye. Yeah, everything's about creations. And yes, technically I am an artist. And that goes here. With only 2 studs behind here, I thought this went like that. That would make more sense, but that's kind of cramped in there. Wow, and you're really going to have to press that down in there. And yeah, I'm not even getting, I got to stand up and push this down. This is, you think they would have had that design. Let me pop these off here and really kind of muscle that down in there. Well, I'm sure the fashion designers would have done a better job. And let me get my fingerprints off the cooktop there. And what they should have done here, they should have, one row of studs would have sufficed or something like that, or took those 4x4 plates, the 4 studs, and just had them facing one another and stick it on there like that too. Would have been easier. Okay. But I'm not the designer of the set, so I can't, well, I can critique it. I guess I've already done that. Here's the cutting board with the avocados. I'm going to stick the cutting board there, so obviously the chef didn't bother to bring out the avocados, and there they are right there. One still got the seed in it too. I don't like avocados. I just can't. I don't have the palate for that. Like, my taste just doesn't work good with that. So let's start with the gold stud here, and we got what looks like a rolling pin, and I'm looking for a sand yellow. Oh, here it is. So I use this as the rolling pin here. I think that's what that is. On the studs upside down, I got to put it the other way around. And then this just sits here. And trans clear round brick. And yeah, but yeah, I mean, I understand what these guys, when reading this here, when I was building the 1960s home or building the 1950s home that was based off of my grandma's house, seeing it in Lego and downscaling it, it just brings back a whole bunch of memories. And the 1960s house, although I've long since demolished that, I have a rough building guide. So that means once I get the final guide built, not only I'll be able to share it with my Patreon and Rebrickable subscribers, But I will be able to build that house anytime I want. If I ever want to go back and visit my childhood home, simply the house doesn't exist anymore. It's been long since been demolished. I can come back and visit that home in Lego form, of course. Make some improvements to it, get more of the right colors and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, we're just about done here with this installment here. So we're building some bar stools. Those are interesting. I think this looks similar to what my grandparents had. In fact, the only grandma I still have around, actually out of my grandparents, I have just a step grandmother, and she's real nice. But, well, those are sitting too far away from that, but that's where they want those to go. Yeah. The only thing is this is a very critical point. These just pop off. I wish there was a way to fix the chairs down a bit more sturdy to make them more durable. There goes my neighbor again, revving up his engine. And that's it. We have too many items in here. So, obviously, we have missed something here. So, we'll stop at bag 3. We have an extra egg beater. We have a spoon. Extra dishes. So, let's see where these go here. Also, some of those the minifigures could be holding on to, too. And, let's see here. I want to make sure before I throw in the towel. Yeah, we're already getting spring out here. Summer doesn't really start until like March or April. Maybe the spoon went in one of those drawers. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to put the egg beater. No, the spoon and the egg beater go in this top drawer, so we'll set that in there. Okay, so that's it. We got some extra dishes and stuff too, so we'll save those for, look at all these little pieces that you get. That's a lot of little stuff. So bag 3 builds one of the minifigures. I'll have them correctly named. And the kitchen. And that's what we have remaining. And so far, here's the kitchen. That's got a lot of clutter, lots of detail. We got our figures here and stuff like that. And I believe that this just sits in here. Like that. So you can take this out and rearrange the furnishings and stuff. I think that's what this intent of this set is for you to move things around and rearrange some stuff. Especially if it's on a TV show, you got the camera right here. Usually they pretend there's a TV there. But so far, if I had to subtract the sticker value on this, probably about an 8.5. I think that's the worst I think the set will ever get will probably be an 8. Now that's right, just rev that noisy old thing up. People out here now they can't afford the gas, so they'll drive noisy motorcycles. I gotta have the seat. I gotta have a seat and a cage around me. So yeah, bunch of accessories, stuff like that. So this is a build recap. And yes, they do speed up and down a 50-yard street. Let me close that noisy stuff off because I'm not done with this yet. Oh yeah, you have a loud. Look at me. I ride a loud motorcycle. Yeah, I drive an antique truck, and it's quieter than that. So far bags 1 through 3, and you get to to build 4 minifigures, a styling chair, kitchen, living room, the base for the studio. You got a, I guess you can call that a pug, hairbrush, the TV set, and the clothing rack. Yeah, so I would say honestly, so far this is a very relaxing build, especially after the stuff I've been through so far. I need a really good palate cleanser, and I think this might be it. So, tell me what you think so far. So far, for the $55, $60 that I spent on this set, it's really well worth it. So, it's cheap, and you get lots of accessory things, lots of things to do. So, yeah. So far, I'm pretty much pleased with this set.